Candace is unhinged. Brigitte Macron won for defamation. Well, that's no longer a thing. Because guess what? The journalist that she went after, two of them, they beat Brigitte in court. And today, I have been sued by the first lady man of France. So let's just go, guys. Let's just go. Welcome back to Candace. You are officially a very goofy man, Brigitte. But I gotta give it to you, you've definitely got balls. Fire everybody around you, and I mean literally everyone around you who told you that this was a good idea.
Y'all, Candace Owens just hinted she's got Brigitte Macron's actual medical records. And she's saying they prove France's first lady had a gender change before marrying President Emmanuel Macron. She's not whispering it. She's not dancing around it. She's dropping little clues, like she wants everyone from Paris to TikTok to put the pieces together. And the timing couldn't be messier. The Macrons are already suing her in a US court for defamation. And instead of letting it cool off, she's basically walking into court with a megaphone. If what she's hinting at is real, it could turn their whole case on its head. If it's not, she might have just gift-wrapped them the easiest legal win and fattest paycheck of their careers. Either way, she's playing with fire, and the internet is eating it up. But to really get why this moment is so explosive, you gotta see how this feud started in the first place. To understand why this is such a big deal, you have to go back to when Candace first dipped her toes into this rumor pool. This wasn't some quick off-the-cuff comment. She's been building this up for years, dropping hints on her podcasts, sliding it into interviews, and making those cryptic, do your research tweets. It all started when she brought up old French gossip, claiming Brigitte was born as someone named Jean-Michel Trogneux. She treated it like an open secret, even though Brigitte has always said the rumors are false. French media called it fake news, and plenty of people rolled their eyes. And in this clip from one of her live streams, you can hear exactly how she framed it, saying these claims aren't outlandish at all, and that there have been whispers about it for years.
Realize these are not outlandish allegations. These are not allegations coming from the quote-unquote far right or the quote-unquote far left. These are not allegations that are coming from deep on a Reddit feed, okay? This is the reality. It is a couple in reality that has been involved in way too many philic scandals, okay?
But here's the thing. Candace didn't let it go. She turned it into one of her I'll die on this hill topics, repeating it on stage, in videos, and even on live streams with millions of views. It wasn't just talk. She made it part of her brand. And every time she said it, her followers grew, and her haters got louder. By mid-2025, Candace had taken the rumor from casual shade to a full-blown campaign. This is when the Macrons had enough and filed that Delaware lawsuit in July. We're talking 22 counts of defamation, identity theft claims, even accusing her of pushing dangerous conspiracy theories. Most people would have hit pause right there, maybe even issued a quiet oops statement. But Candace, she went on her podcast the same day the lawsuit dropped, basically saying, "Thanks for the free publicity." In this clip, you can hear her doubling down, saying people didn't believe her when she claimed Brigitte was a man. And now, she thinks they all owe her an apology.
We won. We won. That is what I should tell you right at the top here. Piers Morgan, you owe me something like $150,000 US. I'd like to shout out especially all my haters here right at the top who didn't believe me when I was all like, Brigitte Macron is a man, and instead they decided to go with the mainstream media, the narrative that was just, Candace is unhinged, Brigitte Macron won for defamation. Well, that's no longer a thing. Because guess what? The journalist that she went after, two of them, they beat Brigitte in court. They have been acquitted in the higher court ruling. I'll tell you all about that. It's just been a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad year for the Macrons, actually. So it's amazing.
Here we are, with her claiming she's ready to show the world exactly what she's been holding on to all this time. So let's talk about this lawsuit, because it's not just some slap on the wrist legal thing. Emmanuel and Brigitte Macron went straight to Delaware and filed one of the most detailed defamation suits we've seen in a while. They're accusing Candace of spreading lies that could ruin Brigitte's reputation worldwide, saying she's pushing identity theft claims, fake gender records, and even dragging their marriage into the mud. And they're not just asking for money, they want the court to force her to stop talking about it altogether. And it's not just coming from gossip pages, even mainstream outlets are on it. In this CNN report, they break down the lawsuit and point out that Candace has even claimed the couple are related.
French President Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte are suing right-wing podcaster and conspiracy theorist Candace Owens. The defamation lawsuit filed today in Delaware claims that Owens has engaged in a, quote, relentless and unjustified smear campaign against the couple. The complaint goes on to allege that Owens spread outrageous conspiracy theories. That France's first lady could be a man, that the Macrons are related in committing incest, and that the Macrons, the couple, is being controlled by the CIA. Obviously, those are deranged claims. In response to the filing, Owens posted a screenshot of a news story about the lawsuit on her Instagram page and wrote, "I will be coming for this wig today, stay tuned."
But instead of laying low, she's been using this lawsuit like it's a marketing plan. Every time her legal team files a response, she's online dropping little teasers about truth bombs and receipts that she's ready to release. And in her mind, the medical records she's now talking about, that's her ace card. According to her, the documents list a different birth name, a different gender marker, and details about a surgery. Let me be crystal clear. This is all Candace's claim. Brigitte Macron has denied it every single time, and French authorities have called these rumors false. But Candace, she's acting like this is the smoking gun the world's been waiting for. And in this podcast clip, she doubles down by pointing out something she thinks proves her case, claiming there isn't even a wedding photo or pictures from 30 years ago to show Brigitte existed back then.
No, actually, we would accept like a lot less, so I just want to be very clear, in case it hasn't been clear from the beginning. Maybe just some photos growing up with your brother, some photos of your first marriage, which lasted more than a decade of your life. You allegedly had 3 kids, some photos of you in the hospital, giving birth to those kids, raising those kids, growing up with those kids that you allege that you raised. We don't need to conduct a medical exam at this moment, just some photographic evidence that you existed for the first 30 years of your life. That would be great. Maybe wedding photos. I assume you took tons of wedding photos. Can we see who the maid of honor was? Just proof that it was you. I feel like we're not asking for a lot. How about school photos? Xavier Poussard won, by the way, in court because for whatever reason, the school that Brigitte went to does not want to release the photo of Brigitte at school. And so when Xavier went to the school and said, actually, I won in court, you have to release this, the school said, don't care, we're not releasing it. That would do. School photos, I think. So this is a really low bar we're setting to prove that you existed for 30 years. You could go for a walk with your brother now, answer some questions, refuses to do absolutely everything. So you're not going to gaslight us for asking for a bare minimum requirement here, okay? Prove you existed for 30 years.
If these papers are legit, it means someone dug them up from deep inside French bureaucracy, which is no small feat. If they're fake, then Candace is playing with fire in a way that could get her completely burned in court. Either way, she's using the mystery to keep the buzz alive. And the internet's reaction is straight chaos. People are split down the middle, half convinced Candace just ended the debate, the other half ready to see her in court for this. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. Candace didn't defame Brigitte. She just broke the unspoken rule. Never question the powerful. That's the vibe in her fan base right now. Like she's some kind of political truth teller, finally pulling the curtain back. Others are here for the drama more than the politics. One fan literally said, I damn near died when she said I'm being sued by the First Lady man. And then there are the practical thinkers who just want the mess over with. As one comment put it, this is a simple case. Just get a DNA test done. Whether they love her or hate her, everyone's watching. Because if Candace actually drops these records for the public to see, it won't just be another day on the timeline. It'll be the headline everywhere. As y'all probably know, Brigitte's image is tied to the presidency, the country's international standing, and even Emmanuel Macron's own credibility. We're talking about a political marriage that's been picked apart for years because of their age gap and the whole teacher-student history. Add this kind of controversy into the mix, and suddenly, you're not just dealing with gossip, you're dealing with a full-on national scandal. And in this clip, Candace goes straight for that angle, calling it the hot teacher story, and flat out saying the age gap makes it perverted.
They lied about everything. They tried to present them as some modern couple, telling us that she was so hot, she was Claudia Schiffer, and even though he was 14, she was just irresistible. And then you see this picture, and you're going, what? That's a picture? The hot teacher that the press was trying to sell so people wouldn't question this odd relationship? A person that's 40 being attracted, or alleged to be 40, I actually think Brigitte's older than that, is attracted to a 14-year-old boy. That's disgusting. It's perverted. No matter what, this is an incredibly perverted story. which centers around individuals who happen to surround themselves with other perverts. That's the reality. You cannot look away from that.
Now, let's be real. What Candace is doing right now isn't just risky, it's dangerous. Leaking private medical records, even if she believes they're real, can cross serious legal lines. We're talking privacy violations, possible criminal charges, and the kind of lawsuit damages that could make her regret ever hitting post. But in this clip, she makes it clear she's ready for that fight, even mentioning the part of the case where they're asking her for receipts like emails and conversations.
And then the public ignorance went away when I did the Becoming Brigitte series, because people realized you only have to get one episode into that thing, okay? You realize these are not outlandish allegations. These are not allegations coming from the quote-unquote far right or the quote-unquote far left. These are not allegations that are coming from deep on a Reddit feed, okay? This is the reality. It is a couple in reality that has been involved in way too many pedophilic scandals, okay? Scandals that are related in some way or another.
Now, if you followed Candace Owens for any amount of time, you already know this isn't her first time kicking the hornet's nest. She's made a career out of saying things other people are too scared to say, or too smart to say, depending on who you ask. Remember when she implied Michelle Obama was secretly trans? Or when she accused Brittany Griner of lying about her gender just to play in the WNBA? She even came for Meghan Markle, calling her a professional victim and claiming she staged parts of her Oprah interview. The pattern is always the same. Candace makes a big claim, people demand proof, she doubles down, and the story stays alive for weeks because she feeds it little by little. What's different this time is the level of stakes. She's not going after a pop star or a sports figure. She's aiming straight at the president of France's wife, and that means there's a lot more firepower on the other side. Right now, the entire story hangs on one thing. Will Candace actually release these so-called medical records, or is this just another strategic tease to keep the spotlight on her? She's hinting at a drop sooner than people think, and if she follows through, it won't just be trending drama. It'll be international news within minutes. The only question now is, will Candace actually cross that line, or is she about to pull the biggest bait and switch of her career?